written in Spanish and published in 1887, Jose Rizal's Noli played a crucial role in the political history of the Philippines. From the title itself, that means touch me not, it contains the delicate things that people during Rizal's time was afraid to touch or talk about, which was the corruption and brutality of the Spanish government and clergy, and the injustices to the Indios, which they referred to as the social cancer. Noli therefore was written to depict the conditions of the Philippine society in the 19th century under the rule of the Spaniards. Hi! Today, we will present excerpts from the novel Noli that proves that the novel unmasks the brutality and corruption of Spanish rule in the Philippines.
Hi! The first excerpt that unveils the injustice of the Spanish rule was the death of the father of Crisostomo Ibarra, Don Rafael. This piece of the story speaks about the justice system before and the influence and abuses of the priests.
According to Guevara, Don Rafael was unjustly accused of being a heretic, in addition to being a filibustero, an allegation brought forth by Father Damaso because of Don Rafael's non-participation in the sacraments, such as confession and Mass. Father Damaso's animosity against Ibarra's father is aggravated by another incident when Don Rafael helped out on a fight between a tax collector and a child fighting, and the former's death was blamed on him, although it was not deliberate. Suddenly, all of those who thought ill of him surfaced with additional complaints. He was imprisoned, and just when the matter was almost settled, he got sick and died in jail. Still not content with what he had done, Damaso arranged for Don Rafael's corpse to be dug out from the Catholic Church and brought to a Chinese cemetery because he thought it inappropriate to allow a heretic Catholic burial ground. Unfortunately, it was raining, and because of the inconvenient weight of the corpse, the undertakers decided to throw the corpse in a nearby lake.
The second excerpt that depicts the brutality of the Spanish rule was Cristine falsely accused of stealing 2 gold pieces and was punished for a crime he did not commit. Part and parcel of this story was their mother Sisa, who lost her mind because of the brutal events that happened in the family. This piece of the story depicts the unfortunate experience of some of the Filipino families under the Spanish brutality. Born the son of Sisa, Cristine and his brother Basilio eventually became sacristans for the San Diego Church. In 1881, on All Saints' Day, Cristine and his brother rang the bells in the San Diego Church. Having been accused of stealing 2 gold pieces by the sacristan mayor, Cristine related his worries to his brother. When the sacristan mayor suddenly arrived and began beating them, Cristine was unable to escape while Basilio fled. He later went missing, presumably killed with the sacristan mayor and Padre Salve.
Maria Clara raped by Padre Salve. Maria Clara's identity is a symbol of the 19th century Philippines. She was the hidden daughter of the priest. She was raped by Padre Salve as she entered the nunnery. This incident depicts the experiences of women during the 19th century.
Padre Damaso being reassigned to another province instead of being punished. Padre Damaso has had a fair share of wrongdoings and misconduct but was transferred to another parish instead of undergoing the punishment that common people at the time could have experienced. This depicts the inequality among the priests as well as those in power and those belonging to the lower classes.
Padre Damaso is not punished for his action but is instead reassigned to another province. This is because the friars had significant power and influence in the Philippines during the Spanish colonial period, and they were able to protect their own interests and cover up their misdeeds. The church authorities in Spain were also hesitant to take disciplinary action against the friars as they did not want to risk losing their control over the colonies. Furthermore, Padre Damaso was an important figure in the church and had many powerful allies who were able to protect him from punishment. Ultimately, the lack of accountability for corrupt and abusive friars like Padre Damaso was a major factor in the growing dissatisfaction and rebellion against Spanish colonial rule in the Philippines. Father Salvi later orders Father Damaso to serve the remote province, and Damaso is so upset by the news that he dies that night. Meanwhile, Captain Tiago is deeply upset by Maria Clara's decision to become a nun, become an opinion addict. The ensign travels to Spain, leaving behind Doña Consolacion, and Father Salvi became the head priest of Maria Clara's convent. It is suggested that he raped Maria Clara, and though she tries to get help from the authorities, they ignore her, again emphasizing the corruption of the church hierarchy.
These are only some of the excerpts depicting the Philippine society in the 19th century under the brutality and corruption of the Spanish rule. In its entirety, the novel serves as an eye-opener for Filipinos of the abuses and wrongdoings of the Spanish clergy and government, thereby becoming an important work that sparked many revolutions until it gained its own independence.